everyone, it's Lighthouse Angel. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining me here on your Thursday as we move through this full moon energy. I already got the overall energy for the reading. I'm going to clarify it with a couple of cards and get some messages from the wisdom box. And if you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome. On this channel, we focus on taking you from zero to hero in your own life, giving you the tools and information that you need to grow and expand and come in alignment with the best version of yourself, and always, always, always keeping the divine number one, okay? So let's get started. I'm kind of excited about this reading. I'm being called in kind of several different directions, so let's see how it goes. So I was called to this deck. Now remember, these are the cards that came out when I shuffled them. And then when it comes to this reading, just take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Don't force anything to fit. You will know if it fits for you. Okay. We have the bear spirit. It's untamed spirit. Allow yourself to run wild and free as you explore your own fierce but gentle nature. Okay. And purification, it says the water elemental. So you could be a Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, doesn't have to be, but those are the water signs. It says purification, dive deep into your emotions, finding healing and a renewal in the depths of your being. Now, during the full moon energy, it can bring up your emotions, right? It can make you do that reflection or that deep dive into healing, renewal, and it can make you emotional, okay? So if that's how you're feeling, you need to feel it and release it, okay? Don't try to avoid it or run from it. That way you can rise above it and help alchemize it into power in your life, okay? So make sure you're facing any of your feelings. That's what I'm hearing. Okay? Because once you do this, it's going to allow yourself to, I feel like it's going to unleash, because we have untamed spirits. I feel like it's going to unleash you to run wild and free and explore. I'm hearing new territory. Okay? All right. It's like after you go through this purification process, and this could be with your emotions, with your healing, with your renewal. Could be renewal of your mind, your body, and your soul here. Okay. This might require you to dive deep into your emotions so you can release them. But once you do that, you're going to become this untamed spirit where you're going to able to run wild and free and explore new territory here. That's what I'm getting. Okay. You also may need to, this is a good time for water, okay, as part of this purification process. Either, drinking a lot of water. You may choose to use water as to purify your body. But also being near water will help with that healing and renewal process as well. And what I'm hearing, what was caged is now going to be like this, be released and turning into this like untamed spirit of yours. I just heard the word, well, it's in this card. I heard the word fierce, but it's also in the card here. You're going to explore your own fierce but gentle nature here. Okay. And then we got, your life is about to start to move quickly in some areas. Events that seem to have been on hold suddenly propel forward. Move with the flow and be mindful of what needs your most attention. Okay. So things are going to start moving forward here. Maybe after you move through this full moon energy here of releasing I'm hearing any residual emotions or healing that are in the depths of you, okay? But you're going to come out of it as this bear spirit, this untamedness about you, where you're going to be running wild, free. I just heard the fog will be lifted. Okay. And then we got these. The thinking man, number 46. Okay. And this man is looking at these crystals here. You know, and crystals, you know, they're healing. So I feel like you may be using crystals for healing as part of helping you find healing and renewal here. You may work with crystals. Take that if that resonates. You may be working with clear quartz, because that's what it looks like he has in his hand here. Okay. I'm also seeing the feathers in his hat. So you could be seeing feathers as well. Okay. And then this also came out, happy family, number 4. And, you know, we have the rainbow here. So it's like healing. This is like maybe what you're focusing on healing during this full moon is getting back to being, having a happy family, or healing. Maybe you're healing from the wounds of a family situation here. Okay. Or maybe you're, you know, this thinking man. Now it could be man or woman. Okay. Just take it out. It resonates. But what I really got is because the way the card came out, it's like he's looking at these crystals, but he's also looking towards this. I just heard vision of a happy family here. Okay, the beach could be significant. And what I'm really getting is this could be something that you're healing through or purifying through here. And what I'm really getting is that this man is thinking about getting back into this energy of having a happy family, or what that feels like. Maybe it's a healed happy family. Okay? Take that how that resonates. And so because I saw family here and this man, I was called to pull from the love oracles here. Okay? And what came out, the first card that came out was, actions speak louder than words. If you want to know what someone else is feeling, watch what they are doing. Okay? So I feel like, you know, this person, this thinking man who's thinking about a happy family, is focusing on healing, releasing here, right? As, you know, as this man or woman, take it out. I'm just going to say man because for the sake of the reading here. As you move through this full moon energy, right? Releasing, purging any emotions, maybe from a family experience, or divorce, or something of that nature, right? You're able to release any residual baggage from this. And after doing so, you're coming out in this bear energy, like this untamed spirit, where you're just going to like run. You're going to feel like you can run wild and free and explore all this new territory in this fierce but gentle nature here. And you may be thinking about the actions you want to take towards creating this happy family as well. I'm getting. And the next card is, pay attention to signs. The synchronicities you have been noticing are not coincidences. Okay, so you could be receiving signs on this. The divine could be leading you to right back to your idea of a happy family here. Okay? And this you may be taking actions, and by taking action towards this, what you envisioned here, because I feel like this thinking man is looking and envisioning this happy, healed, loving idea of, happy family here, right? And this man may be taking action towards creating this based on signs or how the divine is guiding this person. And as we move through this full moon energy, and like I was saying, the residual is released, this person may now want to take action, okay? Start getting things moving forward as they resurface or reveal themselves after this energy clears, coming out in this untamed spirit, full of energy, full of determination to explore something new here. That's what I'm getting. Okay. So let's get some, that was the other thing. So when this card came out here, this happy family, I was immediately told to come to this book again with these scriptures. It's a book of scriptures, and read a scripture about family. So I said, okay, I went in here, and the one that stuck out to me is this, and I was called to several different ones, actually 4. They wanted me to do 4, which is this happy family, okay? So the first one is, as for me and my household, we will serve the Lord. That's Joshua 24:15, okay? That was the first one. And then the second one was for God's will. It says, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. That's Romans 12:2. Okay. And then happiness, because we had happy as well. This is the scripture that I was called to for that. A glad heart, a grateful heart makes a happy face. And it's interesting because we also have happy with the family here, and happy in the scripture. So a grateful heart makes a happy face. That's Proverbs 15:13. And then I was also called to the fourth one, which is, you make known to me the path of life. You will fill me with joy in your presence, with eternal pleasures at your right hand. That's Psalm 16:11. And this is about, having the divine in your right hand, right? Making it known to me the path of life. Okay, I just feel when it comes to the vision and the energy I'm feeling from this card here, it's a healed, happy family that is walking with the divine here. Okay? In freedom. That's what I just got, freedom. Okay, and then I was called to 62. It's not a scripture, but it was a quote at the bottom of this page. It says, inside the will of God, there is no failure. Outside the will of God, there is no success. Okay? And that's kind of what I'm getting with this happy family card here. Okay? So, I feel like this man is thinking about getting back to the definition of a happy family and creating that. That's just what I'm getting. By healing the deepest parts of what need to be released so that you can purge that, right? Purge those emotions and get back into this untamed spirit, right? Where you can run wild, free, explore your own fierce but gentle nature here, okay? And by getting back into this untamed spirit, you're able to take actions in creating, what you envision for yourself here, which is a happy family, okay? Okay, so let's get some messages from the box of wisdom. That's what we have for today. All right. Let's see. The highest form of knowledge is empathy. Okay. So the first thing I got from this is you could be an empath, okay? If you're healing from a family situation of the past, okay? Or maybe you're thinking about a time when you were happy in this family situation and you're trying to heal from that, right? Just know that whatever has walked away from you in your life, okay, it had divine purpose, because God isn't going to allow something to walk away from you and not bring in something better here. But in order to receive the better, you have to be able to heal from what's not for you, okay? And part of the healing process is understanding the whys, right? Why did that happen? Why did that person do that? Why did they walk away? Why? Like, you have all the unanswered questions, right? And sometimes, when you grow and expand and elevate, and if you're somebody who's on that path, you are gonna outgrow people and situations. It's part of the path, okay? It's part of your purpose. So, don't try to keep a door open that the divine is trying to close, right? And to step into something better here, okay? But if somebody walked away from you or did something to you that you're having a hard time healing from, right? A lot of times that's especially if this person did something to you to hurt you on a deep level, okay? That's the divine showing you the truth about that person. And you have to be able to accept the truth, right? That they aren't for you, right? They were a season. They were meant to teach you lessons so that you could grow and expand and evolve. And if they were meant to be in your life, they would be in your life. What's meant for you is never going to pass you by. And what's meant for you is never going to walk away from you. Okay? Despite any circumstances. Okay? But you do need to heal from the situation, right? And once you heal from the situation, right, and understanding the truth, it's enlightening. It frees yourself to get back into this untamed spirit, right? Knowing that it was all divinely guided, right? The season, the experiences, you can be grateful for the good times and be grateful for the lesson, because now you're stronger, you're wiser, you have more love for yourself, okay? You may have had empathy in the situation. This person that they walked away or you walked away from them, or however it didn't work out, right? They may have tried to yank on your empathy here, trying to drag you back in or stay hooked to you, right? But I feel like this rainbow represents the healing of the situation, right? how to move forward, how to release any residual emotions that's left from that, knowing that your empathy is your power here, right? And it's rare and it should be honored and valued by somebody who, I just heard, isn't going to turn their back on you. That's what I just heard, okay? Let's see. Be the light. Yeah. The divine could be shining the light on this situation here. You could be seeing the truth of the past by, like, and it's allowing you to release and heal from this that may have kept you stuck. The situation, okay, and I'm seeing it two ways here. I feel like this man is thinking about wanting a happy family moving forward, but needing to release maybe a family situation with the past. Take that if that resonates, okay? One or the other or both. But I feel like the divine has shined a light on this situation and you're seeing the truth of it now. And now you can finally heal from it. You can move on from it. And that, you know, you may have blamed yourself for the dissolving of this situation here. But I think the divine has lit the truth of what defines a happy family here, okay? That's what I'm getting as well. I'm also getting, as you heal from this situation, right? And you become this untamed spirit, okay? Releasing and letting go of any pains of the past or guilt or shame that you may have felt from this situation here. You are going to relight that light within you. Okay. This person or situation may have dimmed your light. Okay. And you may have dimmed it by carrying the blame and the shame. Okay. But once you release that and heal from that and let go, knowing it all had divine purpose, okay? To teach you lessons, to be grateful for those lessons because that's what it's what shaped you into this better, wiser, more resilient person. And now your light has been turned back on within yourself here. That's what I'm getting as well. I'm a pencil in the hand of God. Yeah. Now you're allowing God to write your story here. Your story of what a healed, happy family is like. Being led by the divine here. Okay. And it's like, I just heard, it's like heaven. It's the feeling of heaven. I mean, it really looks like they're walking on water here, right? But I feel like by releasing any residual pain here, you're stepping back into the light. Your light within you is coming out and shining because now you're letting God write your story here, okay? It says, I'm a pencil in the hand of God, okay? And by doing so, you become the light. And you also become, by being that pencil and allowing him to guide you, that allows you to take actions on where God is guiding you in creating this happy family, okay? Create a life that feels good on the inside, not just one that looks good on the outside. Yeah, that may have been a situation in the past here. Maybe, in the past you created a family that looked good on the outside. Everything looked perfect, right? But didn't feel good on the inside, right? I'll show no depth. That's what I just heard. I'll show no depth. Okay? And you're this empath here. Or someone who carries a lot of empathy. If you're an empath or you carry a lot of empathy for others, you're someone who requires depth in your relationships here. Okay? That's what makes you unique here. And now you're looking for a happy family that feels good on the inside, right? And you're allowing God to write your story here, right? Seeing the light of the situation when it comes to the past here, that you need depth in your life. You need depth and you need God in your family. I'm hearing that as well. As your navigator, as your light. Okay? We have the Page of Cups. Okay. This could be the action that this man is going to take towards you, an offer of love as well. You could be receiving information about, it's a message of love. So you could receive a message of love, or this could be something that they're taking action on, and it's going to change areas of your life here. Or you changed areas of their life. Take it how it resonates here. Okay. I'm also getting, they could see an opportunity, with this cup here, this cup of love. This man could be like seeing that they want to offer this cup of love to you because you are the ideal idea and their vision of what would create a happy family by putting the pencil of their life in the hand of God here. That's what I'm getting as well. Oops. It says, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God." Matthew 5:9. Yeah. And I really feel like you're somebody who was trying to be a peacemaker in the past. I feel like you carry this high level of empathy, right? Trying to be a peacemaker, right? This is the divine coming in. You are a child of God here. Let me create the story for you so that you get this happy family that you want here. Okay? Let God create your story here. In solitude, the mind gains strength and learns to lean upon itself. This is something that you may have you may be doing in this time of this full moon energy through this purification process. You may be seeking solitude to get strength and release this residual pain or energy or wounds, leaning upon yourself to get light of the situation here, seeing that you're no longer interested in what look good, just looks good on the outside. You want that depth. You want what feels good on the inside. Okay? And I just heard that's what's defined by God. That's what lasts forever. Outside changes, but inside never does. Right? You just grow together. Also, what matters on the outside, that's shallow. What matters on the inside is depth. And if you're only looking on what matters on the outside, then that's you looking for validation from others. Giving off a perception that's going to be liked by others. But when you search for depth, when you're looking for something that you want that makes you feel good on the inside, right? Feeding the depth of your soul, the depths of your heart. I'm feeling like I'm speaking to someone who has a big heart, a lot of empathy here, right? That's what's going to lead you to your true happiness here. Happiness cannot be traveled to, owned, earned, worn, or consumed. Happiness is the spiritual experience of living every minute with love, grace, and gratitude. Yeah. This is, maybe this is something you thought in the past, where happiness was what looked good on the outside, where, you could travel, what you owned, what you earned, what you wore, what you consumed. That was all what looked good, right? But true happiness is a spiritual experience of living every minute with love, grace, and gratitude. This could be what, you're having an epiphany on here. This is what's going to create this heavenly, happy family. That's what I'm getting, right? The past you may experienced was it looking good on the outside because of where you traveled to, what you own, what you earn, what you wore, what you consumed, how it was perceived, right? Now you're interested in something long-lasting with depth that feeds your empathy and the depth of your soul and your heart and your mind, okay? Which is why you may have come across a lot of different people and you just couldn't connect with them because you require depth, okay? And your soul isn't going to let you settle for less, okay? Which is why you have to allow God to lead you here, because God knows what's for you and what's going to feed your soul here. If someone wants to be a part of your life, they'll make an effort to be in it. Isn't that interesting? That's what I said. About if somebody walked away from you, it has divine purpose. If it was meant to be in your life, it would be there. Nothing needs to be forced. And, if you're forcing anything that's not for you, or you're trying to make something, right, happen. I always say what's meant for you will never pass you by. So if it's not meant for you, allow it to walk away from you, okay? Because God is going to replace it with something better, especially when you have the pencil of your life in his hand here, okay? So you have to believe in and know that what is perceived on the outside isn't going to fulfill your soul, right? It's what feeds you on the inside. And anybody that walked away from you is just part of your journey. It's a part of, of what life was supposed to teach you. Okay, that person, that experience, they were meant to teach you something about yourself, not keep in a cycle of repeat, right? To grow and expand. You may have had kids with this person. Okay, take that if that resonates. And if that's the case, then they gave you a gift, right? But it was meant to teach you a lesson, okay? And then you can grow and expand and get in a line with a life that makes you feel good here, right? That's a spiritual experience of living every minute with love, grace, and gratitude. That's what feels like heaven here, right? And God is leading you to this through signs. Faith over fear. Okay, that came out in yesterday's reading too. Yeah, this is about having faith over fear. Faith that God is leading you to this happy family, right? That's in the light of truth. That's what I'm hearing, the light of truth. Maybe you didn't have honesty and truth in the past. Maybe this person wasn't loyal. Take it if it resonates, okay? And if that is true, it could have been that it was built on a shallow foundation, right? Now you're looking at creating something that's solid, built out of depth, that makes you feel good inside, right? Full of love, grace, and gratitude. Because God is writing your story here. It says, Jesus was rejected indeed by men, but chosen by God. The rejection of man is meaningless. It's God's favor, if God's favor is upon you. Okay, I'm going to read it again. This scripture is always very powerful to me. Jesus was rejected indeed by men, but chosen by God. The rejection of man is meaningless if God's favor is upon you. Okay, this is for those who are listening that are men, okay? I got this when I was reading it. You are chosen. You are chosen for a purpose here. You have been chosen by God. I'm really getting this. You are the peacemaker here, right? And now you have been chosen for this next experience that is going to feel good on the inside here. That's going to provide you love, grace, and gratitude, right? That's going to feed your empathy here. Right? So you need to have faith over fear here. And it's and if you felt rejected in life, you need to take your power back and know that you have been chosen by God. It's meaningless. Man's rejection of you is meaningless because you are favored by God here. Okay? So if you were questioning, if you've been chosen, this is your confirmation here. Okay? Especially if you're someone who has, I talked about someone walking away from you. Okay? And if someone really loves you, if someone really honors you and values you and is truly meant for you, that God has placed in your life, they are never going to walk away from you here. Okay? Because the relationship is built on love, grace, and gratitude, right? Delivered by God. And if you have faced rejection in your life, and that has been you felt like a repeating pattern, or it's something that you have been trying to prove your worth on, maybe to the outside world here, you need to know that it's meaningless because you have been chosen by God. Okay? And you are supposed to be, you are this bright light here. Okay? Bright light of being a peacemaker, bright light in other people's lives here. So choose faith over fear. Okay? This is a powerful reading for somebody who is really going through their emotions over this full moon and needing clarity about a past situation and moving forward in it, okay? Change your thoughts and you change your world, okay? Yeah, this is about changing your thoughts. Maybe like I said, you're having an epiphany about a situation here, that you're chosen, that God has chosen you for something here, that you're meant to experience a life full of love and grace and gratitude. That's where true happiness is, not through external satisfaction here of what looks good on the outside. Okay? Right? Because you're a person of depth. You need someone in order to create this happy family with. I feel like I'm speaking to someone who needs someone who can go to the depths and meet you where you are with your big heart, with your soul, with your drive, with your mission, with your visions, with your with your idea of what you envision happiness for yourself here, right? And that's all coming to you by changing your thoughts, right? You change your world here. And maybe your thoughts is, you know what? I'm interested now in what feels good on the inside. I no longer need to have perfection of the outside. Maybe that's what you're thinking here. Okay? All right, those are the messages I have from the box of wisdom. I'm going to close it up with a couple of cards here and get you moving through this full moon. Oh, actually, you know what? They wanted me to pull a full moon, a moonology card, so I'm going to do that right now. And then I'll get an angel number. But, the best thing you can do during this full moon is feel what you need to feel. Because once you come out on the other side, you're going to be in this bear-like energy, this untamed spirit, right? Being able to take action on this idea of a happy family, okay? That God is writing for you here. That's going to bring you peace, right? That's going to bring you peace here. And it's going to make you feel good on the inside, right? But just know, if you are somebody who has faced rejection in your life, okay? And you are, and I said, this is a confirmation to you that you have been chosen by God, right? Sometimes God that rejection has purpose because, what has been shown to me is that, as someone who has faced a lot of rejection, okay, it's God's way of not allowing your soul to settle because He has purpose for you. Okay? If you weren't rejected by something, then you would have settled there. But God has something bigger. He's chosen you for purpose. He's chosen you to have a major impact. So rejection is required so that you don't settle for where you are, that you grow through, you evolve, and you rise above the situation, not allowing your soul to settle for what God has chosen you for here. Okay? So look at any rejection as redirection. Okay? And that whatever walked away is just not meant for you where you're going. Okay? That's confirmation if you just heard that. Okay? So somebody needed to hear that, and I needed to confirm that for you. Okay? All right. And just know that your faith and allowing God to hold the pencil of your life here, allow Him to write your life, is leading you. Is all leading you to this happy family, okay? Maybe you thought you lost that. Well, now it's coming back to you, okay? In a better form. Communication is key here. New moon in Gemini, okay? So you could be taking action to be communicating this to someone, okay? Communication may be open to a new opportunity, a new person, right? That's going to move things forward here. It's going to, I don't know, this just popped out to me, change your world here, okay? And communication is the key to any successful relationship. Maybe that was something that lacked in the past, okay? But if you're somebody who's an empath or you carry a lot of empathy, Okay? Maybe your relationship in the past was about superficial things, things you own, consume, you wore, all of that stuff, houses, cars, all that things, okay? Right? But in order to feed your soul, communication is the key. You have to be able to communicate to the depths of your heart, your soul, right? It creates an unbreakable bond of intimacy that can't be broken by anyone. And it creates this happy family full of love, grace, and gratitude. Because when you allow the divine to lead you to your person, okay, of faith here and create this family, it creates a foundation that's just unbroken. It can't be broken, okay? And it's not going to walk away from you. It's not going to reject you if that's what you've experienced in the past here, because you are chosen. You are chosen by God for some bigger purpose here, all right? And it's going to change the world. It's going to change your world. And communication is the key here. Okay. All right, so let's get... I'm also getting communication could be coming in as well. I'm also getting you carry a bright light. Okay, maybe you don't know this. Maybe this has been hidden by all these, these rejections in the past here. Maybe you've been chasing approval because of all the rejections you've had in your life. Okay? I'm here to tell you, you've already got confirmation that you are chosen. You are chosen for something bigger that is going to change the world here, because you have a bright light, and maybe a lot of people tried to dim it. Okay? But you are meant for something bigger here. Yeah, I am limitless. Okay? You are limitless. What you're able to achieve has no limits here. That came out in yesterday's reading too. There is no beginning and no end. All is infinite. It is time to develop your spiritual side. You are gaining new insight and understanding of both godly and earthly things. Yeah. You're stepping into your power here. You're learning the truth of who you really are here, that may have been covered up by superficial things in the past, right? Realizing now that, oh wow, the reason why I was rejected in the past is because God has a higher purpose for me here. And that those rejections are meaningless because God's favor is upon you. Okay? That's why you are limitless here. Okay? So, release any residual pain and wounds from those rejections, right? And know that you're getting to, I just heard, you're getting ready to walk into your best season of life here. Okay? Knowing that you're now creating a life that is going to make you feel good on the inside here. And it's going to change your world. That's what I just heard. Okay? At the bottom of the deck, we have 444. I am protected. This is the divine coming saying, this season, this new relationship, this new happy family, whatever it is for you, is divinely protected because you are chosen here. You are meant for God has a big plan for you here. It comes with big purpose, and it's going to be protected here. This happy family, that God is creating for you, that's going to have limitless potential here, is protected by the divine. Okay? All right, I'm going to get you one miracle mantra, and I want to get you a sunflower as well. But this is very powerful for somebody who needed to hear, especially if you're somebody who faced a lot of rejection in the past. Okay? Know that every rejection was redirection. And every painful rejection, okay, God knew was going to happen, but he also knew that you had the strength to get up and alchemize that pain into power in your life, which has turned you into this limitless being, okay? And he chose you. You've been chosen, okay? So now step into the light, be the light, and step into your purpose, okay? Let's see. I trust the divine timing of my life. Yeah. This is all being unfolded in divine timing here. Okay? All right? Yeah. And at the bottom of the deck we have, I surrender doubt and trust the divine. Yeah. This is about surrendering to the path, not having doubts, having faith over fear here. Right? Trusting, giving the divine, that you are the pencil in the hand of God here. He's writing your story. Okay? And that story is going to lead you to this heavenly experience of a happy family. Okay? Maybe that's what you've always dreamed of having, but in the past it was just what looked good on the outside, right? I feel like the divine is actually delivering you both now. That you are going to have what feeds your soul and also looks good as well. Okay? So let me get you a sunflower. Let's see. Number 15. Take that if that resonates. Or number 6 says, my past is proof of my resilience and progress. Yeah. Every single rejection was made to redirect you and give you that next level of resilience. Okay? Turning that pain into power. There's reasons for everything. And as you step into this new season, you're going to get more and more clarity why those things didn't work out for you. Okay? But every single rejection is redirection, and it's meant to build you into a stronger, wiser, more resilient version of yourself here. This limitless being that God has chosen, that you have a bigger purpose. Maybe you didn't think that you did, right? But you're meant to change the world here, and it has something to do with the light you carry, okay? That may have been blocked been blocked in the past by a relationship that may have broke you down or may have rejected you. Okay? All right? But now you're stepping into your purpose here. Okay? And you're getting ready to walk into, I just heard a man without limits. Okay, take that if that resonates. But you're gonna feel wild and free. It's like whatever you felt chained to. Maybe you were chained to the questions of rejection here. But I feel like you're going to get some kind of clarity through this message, or the divine is going to give you clarity here. And you're going to be able to release that and run wild and free and explore this new idea of a happy family, this new idea of what feels good to your soul through love and grace and gratitude, right? Choosing faith, right? Knowing you're chosen here for a bigger purpose. Okay, and that God picked you because God picked you because of your big, beautiful heart, but you're also always been blessed because you are this peacemaker here. You have this, you carry a huge heart full of empathy for others, okay? And that is why you've been chosen, okay? And you're going to come out on the other side ready to take action on what you have your sights on, right? and knowing that everything's working out in divine timing, and that what you can achieve and where you're going is limitless now, okay? All right, that's the message I have for you. I hope it's resonated with you. I hope it's given you clarity and insight, getting you unstuck, right? Able to release any of that residual pain or trauma or wounds that you've been hanging on to, okay? Especially when it comes to rejection. And if it didn't resonate with you, just know I do daily readings Monday through Friday, so you can check back tomorrow. But until then, I'm sending you so much love and light. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.